What's on Etsy? A Frostbite Jason Voorhees replica mask by Artist FearsomeMasks. To grab this chilling mask for yourself, I'm going to put the link down below to Fearsome Masks on Etsy. The price point for this Frostbite mask, you're looking at $30 US. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the mask off of the mannequin head. We don't need that, so we'll just put that to the side. Somebody had asked me where I got that from. I actually just ordered it on eBay. It's a good place to showcase masks, especially if I'm doing them on the channel. It's a lot easier than me holding the masks. So here we have the Frostbite mask, a replica of Friday the 13th's Jason Voorhees mask, but given a slightly cool, no pun intended, tweak to it. This is a handmade item. The materials used were acrylic paint, nylon, some hot glue, and some white mask blank. Of course, the artist makes these to order, and the price point on these are actually rather affordable. You're looking at a $30 price point. So let's get to the nitty gritty of it all. Obviously, we flip it around there. What I do like, though, is that he has meshed over the eyes. So when you are looking at Jason Voorhees or whoever is donning the hockey mask here, you're not going to abruptly see the eyes peering back at you. A nice little touch by adding that mesh. The artist has signed, or if you will, stamped his name on the inside there, or written it in, I suppose, Fearsome Masks. Now this has an elasticized strap. One thing I will say, though, is that the strapping is very, very tight. The mask is a little on the more softer variety, but I did have a bit of a struggle getting it over the initial, my mannequin head over there. So it will fit heads like this. I put this on, it fits my head, but it fits a little on the tighter side. Here we have again, though, like the replica. Now this is the part, I guess would be equivalent of a part 3 or even part 4 mask. You've got the little cut on the side there, the wielded axe cut there. But it is initially starting as a Friday the 13th mask. And talking a little bit about what I had mentioned in some of my other reviews, I really do like Etsy because you find artists that are taking like initial designs, like for example, hockey mask here, and tweaking it. Now, he couldn't have tweaked it any bit cooler than this. And again, no pun intended for saying cool, but he has given it a really neat and really realistic looking frostbite effect. Basically, you can see just like the hockey mask has just been laced. Almost looks like you would have taken this out of the freezer, or you would have found this like lodged in the snow somewhere. It's a really neat looking effect. I like how he's applied these little icicles that are coming down, not only covering over the area of the eyes, but also dripping down, running their way down the side of the eye hole here. Even like the little snap rivets here on the sides of the mask have also been very generously blanketed, if you will, by this faux ice treatment. Of course, paint goes a long way as well, and he's painted. Distracting, of course, by so much of the additional frosting over top of it, but if you really look underneath it, he's painted the mask and added all these nice little scratches and wear areas to it. He's got these big claws running across. Again, it could kind of look a little bit like a Freddy versus Jason sort of mask, even though the shape isn't quite Freddy versus Jason, but he's almost got like the indicators. You almost have to wonder how these little these slash marks would have happened across Jason's mask here. Of course, the more generous, the obvious, additions that he's added to this mask is all this additional blue paint, which he's added to the frosted areas, really giving it that sense of cold. Admittingly so, there's a few things I've gone into my freezer years after the fact and have found it almost with a very similar frosting over it. Again, he's added a little bit of paint, a little slightly darker areas around, say, the eye area, but gets progressively lighter as it fans its way out from the eye holes here. The chevrons have been kept pretty intact, going the route instead of vinyl, but instead painting the chevrons in. And they, again, have stayed relatively intact. There's very little in the way of chipping that's happened here on these. Again, you could imagine that this would be something that Jason has either been killed or has lost this mask. It's just sort of been found embedded in a snowbank somewhere. I believe at one point, the rumor, if you will, was that we were going to get the next Friday 13th in snow, which would have been a really interesting, and I'm wondering if maybe the artist had decided, you know, hey, that's a really great idea. I want to make a mask based on that. But it would have been interesting to see Jason Voorhees, you know, just kind of running through the snow with an axe in hand, and maybe having a little bit of that similar frosting happening around the eyes and like just overall across the mask. I think that really would have been a neat effect. Just for fun as well, I've gotten actually now a light coming from the top here, just so you can see a little bit more of that, how it looks really if you had just kind of up light, just a light source shining down from it. It really does give it that sense that it does look like real, naturally grown, naturally almost spread out snow that's been crystallized across the hockey mask. It is a really neat looking design here. Artist FearsomeMasks has added some really neat tweaks to the otherwise conventional Jason Voorhees mask. If you don't believe me, swing over to his Etsy store and have a look at some of the neat things that he's done with the conventional Jason Voorhees mask, ranging from light up options to the frostbite mask that we had a look at in this video. He's even done a wood grain Jason Voorhees mask, which is pretty cool, I have to admit. Price point on these, and that's the best part, this particular seller on Etsy is selling his masks at a very affordable price. The frostbite mask, for example, will set you back about $20 to $30. Even at the most, the light up ones will cost you about $50 to $60. So he's really reasonable with his price point if you want a really interesting take on the conventional Jason Voorhees mask. It was on Etsy. Today we were having a look. This was the Friday the 13th replica Jason Voorhees mask with some additional frostbite from Artist FearsomeMasks. If you guys haven't had a chance to hit that little subscribe button down below, what are you waiting for? More videos will be coming your way. We might even have a look at a couple more masks as well, so just FYI. And I'll see you guys next time.